Welcome to the Mayberry Memories podcast. This is the Christmas edition.
Yeah.
And we're going to be, my name's Dave, by the way.
I'm Steve.
My brother. And we are huge Andy Griffith fans. Today we are reviewing episode 11.
Christmas story.
It's the holiday season, we got it. The Christmas story. So why don't you give us a synopsis?
Well, it's basically an episode. It's the Christmas episode of the season. And Andy and Barney let some prisoners out so that Barney can spend some time with the girl that he wants to see.
Hilda.
And
Barney Parney Pooh.
Yeah, Barney Parney Pooh, as she refers to him in a Christmas card they get. And then they let the prisoners out so they can go. And right as they're doing so, prominent businessman Ben Weaver comes hauling in. I think Sam Huggins or Wuggins or Muggins, that's what it was. Brings him in for moonshining and throws out some threats to Andy that if he doesn't hold him, he's going to go above his head. And so Andy realizes that the guy does have some pull as the businessman, and so he just says, yeah, we have to hold him. But they're feeling bad about this, so Andy goes and arrests Sam Muggins' family and brings them in for conspiracy and being accomplices, and decides to throw the Christmas party that night, Christmas Eve night, at the county jail.
Yeah, have the family there and have a big party, and Sam Weaver, or Ben Weaver,
Weaver,
who is frankly, he's the Scrooge of this story.
Yes.
Right? He is, he sees the party from afar,
well, he sees it, initially from right inside as they set it up, and then he starts to watch from outside, looking through the bars of the jail, and starts to feel a little bit jealous. He wishes he was there, and he's obviously
lonely. No one, right?
He's a lonely old man, and so he watches and tries to get arrested so that he can join the party. And in the spirit of Christmas, Andy or Elinore or somebody kind of lets him off. Elinore pays his fine one time. Andy just gives him the courthouse bench one time. And finally, Andy catches on to what he's trying to do and arrests him and brings him in.
Yeah. It's fun when he brings him in. He's got that suitcase of the stuff that he would pack mistakenly, things he thought were his personal items that turned out to be gifts for the kids.
Yes.
And for
roller skates, doll, all sorts of things.
Yeah.
How did he accidentally bring those in? But yeah, it's like you said, it's kind of an Ebenezer Scrooge type of thing where he's turning around, tried to do some nice things at the end.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's
my favorite Andy Griffith episode.
It's up there for me, and it certainly is my favorite Andy Griffith Christmas episode because it is
the only Andy Griffith Christmas episode.
They only did one. They did it during season 1, and I think they probably realized that, you know what, they hit the mark. It's a fantastic episode. Yeah. It touches pulls on those old heartstrings. You feel for everybody. You laugh along with Don Knotts, who's just at this point, by episode 11, he's kind of really started to perfect that Barney Fife character. And you feel for the Muggins family. You feel for Ben Weaver. You understand kind of what's going on in his head, too. It's easy. As someone who's getting older myself, it's easy to be crotchety.
Yes, it is.
And sometimes a little bit angry at the world. And you lose track of things. And I think what we see over the course of those 20-some-odd minutes is a person who realizes that there's so much more to the holidays and to life than making a buck at the department store that he owns.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, and I read this on IMDb. I didn't catch it, but as I was looking at the synopsis of the episode, one of the reasons Ben Weaver wants this guy arrested is because he's stealing. If we allow people to moonshine, he's hurting profits because he says he sells spirits,
right?
Which wouldn't make any sense because it's a dry county.
That can be, but no, it's a little bit of a goof.
Yeah, by
whoever wrote the script.
Just adds to the charm.
Right, it really does. So, one of the things that I love about the Andy Griffith Show is the music. Particularly throughout the early seasons, those black and white seasons, you see Andy on the porch or Andy playing the guitar an awful lot. And this particular episode really, I think, has the moment, the musical moment, at least in my mind. And I know there's lots of great moments with Andy picking and playing his guitar, but the moment with where he and Elinore are singing.
They do a duet of Away in a Manger, and it is awesome.
Yeah. Apparently I read that it was a one-take thing, and actually Andy kind of tricked Elinore Donahue, who plays Ellie on the show, tricked her into thinking that it was just a rehearsal take. And because she was very, very nervous about singing with Andy, she was nervous. You know, Andy's this, not only is he a great actor, but known as a great
Accomplished
singer
musician,
and a guitarist. And she was nervous about singing with him this duet. And he said, let's just practice it. And unbeknownst to her, the cameras were rolling, and just a beautiful, beautiful rendition of Away in the Manger.
Yeah, and it's awesome. You mentioned the camera's rolling. It's awesome as the camera kind of pans around the courthouse cell.
It's really, really sophisticated camera work for a show of that time.
And it pans into the cell where the Muggins family is, and it hits the Christmas tree, and then pans up to the window where you see, again, Ben Weaver, and he's singing as well.
Right. So we're back. We had to take a brief break while some folks walked by. We're at a hotel. Our families are staying. It's kind of Christmas
This is actually
tradition.
take two. Our first take,
Right.
Someone started vacuuming next to us.
I got angry. Yeah, so anyway, great musical scene. And anything else that you, as you walk away and you think about this episode that just kind of really hit you?
No, not really. It's just like I said, it's my favorite episode. We were talking about it the other day, and you mentioned that you think they've done a colorized version of it. I don't know if I even want to see that, because this episode just has so much charm, and it's a Christmas classic.
It is a Christmas classic. I wouldn't mind seeing the colorized episode. I believe CBS aired it a couple of years ago, along with the Pickle Story. Might be fun to watch, but your point is, those original episodes, just there, the black and white episodes, they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
One other piece of trivia is the wife, Sam Muggins' wife, was actually the model that they used for Tinkerbell and Peter Pan. Walt Disney used.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, just trivia. Really has very little to do with the actual story or the episode itself.
I guess,
Kinda cool.
and the other thing I did see on IMDb, Elinore was not actually credited for the episode.
It's weird. I don't get that.
But Andy refers to her, instead of calling her Ellie, a couple times he calls her Elinore in the episode.
Yeah. They talk about how Eleanor said it a number of times on film, on tape, that she and Andy agreed that they didn't have a lot of chemistry. But this episode, I would beg to differ. I thought that there was a lot of chemistry there, and boy, oh boy, did they make a great singing duo.
Yeah, she's got a great voice.
She really does. It's too bad she didn't sing more.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it. You know what we want to do, at least what I'd love to do, I'm sure you want to do the same, is wish everybody...
Yeah, a very Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Thank you for watching our videos. And we really do appreciate you, the YouTube viewer, and we truly, truly do hope that you have whatever you celebrate, whether it's Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, or Christmas, or
Festivus.
However you celebrate this time of year, we hope it's a joyous one for you.
Stay safe.
Yep.
And have a fantastic 2019.
Please do give the video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, why not consider subscribing to the channel? I talk about, and sometimes with great friends and brother and family, we talk about music, movies, and television, mostly from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. So thanks again. Happy holidays, everyone.
See ya.